Yeah, baby, it's the 4th of July. You know what that means. Fireworks, burgers, beer, and enjoying our sweet, sweet freedom that no other country has at all. Sweden? Nope, no freedom there. The UK? Nope. No freedom there either. Just us. So, in the spirit of the only holiday where it makes sense to stuff a perfectly edible watermelon with fireworks and then blow it up, I figured it'd be fun to talk about the top 10 most American Pokemon. Now, this concept has been done before, but I will tell you, this list is definitely going to blow up your expectations. Get it? Because fireworks and explode... Whatever. There are going to be some Pokemon that maybe you didn't consider, so yeah. Remember that this list is also my opinion, so if your idea of Americanness is different from mine, then that's okay. You can let me know in the comments, but these are my thoughts. Anyway, enough talk, let's go. I think the Native Americans are about as OG American as it gets. Remember, they were here first, so fittingly, we're gonna talk about Xatu first. Xatu is based on Native American totem poles and is a pretty awesome representation of a piece of Native American culture. It's even got some super awesome psychic abilities that let it see into the future. It's just too bad that Xatu is made up and not real, or maybe he could have seen into the future and seen his land getting stolen by greedy pilgrims. Just saying, you really dropped the ball on that one, Xatu. Growing up in Kansas, there was always one classic American animal that was just shoved down my throat 7 weeks to Sunday. The bison. My God, so much of my elementary school experience was spent learning about bisons. Bisoni? I think it's bison. So, number 9 is Bouffalant. I honestly really don't have too much to say here. Bouffalant's pretty American. He's got obnoxious hair, he's got flashy jewelry, and he loves to butt heads with others. And that sounds pretty dang American to me. Number 8 is Whiscash, and I know what you're thinking. Catfish aren't natively American, and you're right, they are all over the place, all over the world you can find catfish. But one thing that is definitely 100% American is noodling. If you don't know what noodling is, first off, bless you. Oh my God, you live somewhere with people who have some common sense. Secondly, noodling is the act of wading or swimming through lakes or rivers and finding catfish holes, and then diving underwater and shoving your hand inside of the catfish hole in hopes that the catfish will bite onto you and you can drag it up to the surface. And it's a sport. Yes, we proud Americans have made a sport out of diving into murky waters full of snakes, snapping turtles, and even alligators, and then using our bodies as bait to catch enormous fish that are basically pure muscle, and then dragging them up to the surface in hopes that maybe, hey, they don't drag us under the surface and f***ing kill us. God bless America. Alright, real talk. I see so many people putting Vanillix on their lists. And yeah, Americans do like their ice cream, but so does a majority of the world in some form. But you know what food is damn near the most truest and bluest American? Fried chicken. And like my boy Dookie Shed said in his video about the Pokemon that he would eat, Combuskin is the perfect candidate. Because Torchic is way too cute, and Blaziken just looks really muscly and lean. Look, even its legs look like fried chicken. I'm not gonna make the self-cooking chicken joke or even the ha ha ha, Combuskin looks like a penis joke, because those have been beaten into the ground and they're not funny anymore, stop it. But in all seriousness, those legs look so delicious. You pair those with some waffles and oh my God, sweet baby Jesus, I am so hungry right now. Now, fried chicken is pretty gosh dang American, but even that pales in comparison to a good old-fashioned burger. Now, I know that some of you might say, oh, well, burgers aren't inherently American because they originated in Hamburg, Germany, but you can shut up. They're ours now. If you haven't noticed, we like borrowing stuff that isn't ours. So yeah, burgers are pretty American, and there's no better beef in the Pokemon world than Miltank. Look at that. That is not some cheap lean meat you would find at your local grocery store. That is like grade A, delicioso. It's amazing. Miltank has gotta have some great marbling all throughout all that delicious meat. Look at that marbling, that's the good shit. And Miltank makes milk. Americans love dairy products. We basically put cheese on like everything. Damn, can you imagine being a Miltank and making some delicious cheese and then being slaughtered and turned into a burger and topped with the cheese that you made? Whew, man, that is sad. Delicious, but sad. All right, it's time to stop being cutesy now. We're getting serious. This is a social commentary now. Do you know what Americans love to do? Waste stuff. Man, do we love pollution, because recycling is for losers. So it makes sense that Garbodor is here straight from Unova, which is based on the pollution capital of the US, New York City. Here's a fun fact, America generates somewhere in the ballpark of 200 million tons of trash each year. I mean, who has time to recycle? Not us. It's confusing. What goes in the green bin? What goes in the blue? What goes in the black? What can you do? I don't know. I don't care. American Idol is on and you're wasting my time. Look, man, I'm just calling it like I see it. America is a pretty fat place, myself included. We like our food, and exercise is for pretty boy hippie sissies. Go be hot somewhere else, Chad. Now, I wanted to put Swalot here because, man, that boy can eat, but I think that Snorlax is a bit of a better representation of America's bigness problem. Snorlax is pretty freaking American. All he does is eat and sleep, and OMG, that is so #relatable. Now look, I'm not trying to make light of the weight issues in America, and I understand that there are people out there that can't help it, whether it be because of a genetic thing, or a disorder, or what have you. Obesity is a big problem that we've been slowly working on over the course of the last few decades, and that's a good thing. All I'm saying is, the idea of Snorlax in a mobility scooter is the most hilarious thing ever, and there is nothing you can say that'll change my mind about that. Now, we Americans may love our food, and we may love our freedom, and we may love our garbage, but goddamn if we don't like us some guns. Hoo-wee! Americans love guns and weapons in general, like gaming convention attendees love to not f***ing shower. So, Remoraid and Octillery fit pretty well here. These fishy fellas are based on a revolver and a tank respectively, and were intended to portray that a lot better than they do today. What, Japan? You don't like guns? The US government spends nearly $600 billion on the military annually, and gun control debates are hotter than the backside of Satan's nutsack here. So it's no surprise that we Americans love our guns. Alright, this one's gonna piss some people off, but number 2 is Braviary. What? Why isn't Braviary number 1? Nothing's more American than Braviary. It's the Murica Bird. You're right. Braviary is pretty goddamn American. It's basically the go-to whenever you ask anyone what the most American Pokemon is, and it's not hard to see why. It's an eagle Pokemon. Its feathers are red, white, and blue. It wears a Native American headdress. It's from the America-inspired Unova region. Even its Dex entries mention stuff about bravery and blah 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 blah. Braviary is about as American as a Pokemon can be. Or at least, it was. Now, we have a Pokemon that is much more American. Okay, what Pokemon could be more American than the American bird himself? Hear me out, but Alolan Meowth and Alolan Persian are the most American Pokemon in the entire franchise. I can hear you shitting your pants, so let me lay this out for you. Firstly, look at those faces. These smug pieces of shit are all about themselves. If Pride were to take a physical form, it would look like a lowland Meowth and a lowland Persian. Even their Pokedex entries talk about just how proud they are and how they think they're better than everyone else. And let me tell you, Americans are probably the proudest people on the planet. Like, proud to a fault. Secondly, these Pokemon are brutal. They are big bullies. And Americans really love to pick on others. And lastly, have you ever stopped to consider their signature move, Payday? Payday is a move that basically has them throwing money at the opponent. It's so Americanly poetic. We Americans love to just throw money at our problems. Everything has a price tag with us. Hell, we just like money in general, but like, you know, who doesn't really? And to you, the viewer, I ask, what is more American than capitalism? God bless America! Yikes, that got a little too real at the end, but at least I had fun. And if you did too, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and Twitch since I'm there more often than I am here. But that's all I have for today, so until next time, remember, stay bueno.